Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, I am going to draw a still life drawing using graphite pencils. It's been a long time guys since I have drawn anything using graphite pencils, though it was my first love. But after not using for years, it's been a long break and now I'm just doing it again. So it will be a fun exercise for me, and I hope that from this video you will also learn something. Now from the title and the thumbnail you have seen that I used the term do it only using the strokes, that in this particular video, in this particular drawing, I'm just not going to use, you can say, the blending mediums or the blending tools that we generally use in graphite pencil in order to blend the graphites. But in this particular drawing I'm just not gonna use any of the blending tools like the tortillons or the cotton buds or the rags, anything. I'm just gonna use the strokes in order to draw this particular drawing. So hopefully you will enjoy the process and will learn something as well. So at this stage you can see that I'm just laying the initial layers of the graphite pencils and trying to define the shape of certain areas with values, with lighter values and the darker values. See, in this case as well guys, the values plays the most important role. Doesn't matter in which medium you are working, in graphite, in watercolor, in acrylic or in oil, the only thing that matters the most is values. Only the difference is that in other cases you have some colors to play around, and in this case you have just only one tonal variation, that is gray. So there are some variation of grays that you need to play around in order to depict your subject. Now coming to the point of why using strokes rather than using the blending tools in order to draw this particular drawing. So guys, it is not like that I haven't used any sort of blending tools at any point in my life. Initially when I just started drawing, in that period of time I did not have any sort of knowledge about some other tools that can be used in drawing. The only thing that was accessible at that time for me was a single pencil that was only of single shade. So I also didn't know about the different variants of the pencils that was available. So in that period of time, one thing that actually triggered me for blending is my reference image. Though it sounds very weird that how the reference image can actually trigger my inner sense to go for blending rather than using strokes. It is because in that period of time, as the internet was not very much easily accessible, so the only form of reference was like newspaper and the magazines. And you know, in the newspapers and the magazine, quality of the image is not that very great, and most of them were actually like celebrity portraits. So they were like shot under very calm light, and very soft lighting was used in the process of shooting. So what it did, it actually make the whole thing very glorified and very seamlessly smooth. So what I found is that I had to attain that smooth texture in my drawing. So what I had to do in order to achieve that particular effect was the primordial goal in that period of time, and eventually I just bumped into some other stuff that I used eventually in order to make the areas look very seamlessly smooth in that period of time. And those were like tortillons was not available in that period of time. I didn't even know about the tortillons. What are tortillons? I didn't even know. So I just used some rags, some peppers, some cloths, some soft cloths in order to blend the areas, and I was quite happy with the end result. But the process continued. I just drew some portraits and some other stuffs in that particular process, making it seamlessly smooth from all the areas, and not actually giving attention to the texture of that particular subject which I was drawing. So when I just took the admission in the university where I'm just doing my masters now, so it's the story when I just took the admission in the bachelor's degree. In that period of time, when we had the drawing class, then our teacher told us to draw using the strokes. Eventually it was not very comfortable for me because I was not familiar with this particular process, but as it was an assignment and we had to complete it, so I just followed the process of using strokes in my drawings. I will just say it very frankly that the initial result was not very satisfactory. I myself was not satisfied with my works, but after doing a lot of works using strokes, I just fell in love with the greatness of this particular method and the approach. It was much fun using this particular process in my drawings rather than just making it seamlessly smooth using the blending mediums. And there was another factor which also intrigued my mind at that period of time, is the extra bit of character which my subject used to get. As you can see in this particular drawing as well, it is looking much more exotic and it is like having a more character in it. In this particular drawing, all these strokes are not merely just strokes, it's kind of making a statement, and it is actually consolidating the whole subject in a good way. That is more about the aesthetical taste of someone, and I eventually knew about my aesthetical taste after making the mistake of using the blending tools. Because initially I just thought that seamlessly smooth means beautiful, but the moment I discovered, or rather you can say I just came to know about this particular method of using strokes in order to draw a particular object, it actually changed the whole mindset of mine, and I took over and drew a lot of other stuffs which were actually given in our projects and the assignments using the method of strokes. And as you can see that at this stage this drawing has almost come to its end, and you can see that what I have said so far is being reflected on this particular drawing. Now at this stage I am just working on the casted shadow, and one thing is guys, I am just not going to make this area trying to compete with my subject, so I'm just keeping it very loose and kind of rough. So thanks a lot for your time guys. Here is the finished piece. See you soon. Till then, take care and happy drawing.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to support my work, then please do like, comment and share my works, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon, which is very important so that you get notified as soon as I post a new video.